Welcome to the Danny and Jenny show.
Why is it so gloomy?
Welcome to the Danny and Jenny show. It's our first episode. Maybe our last. I don't know.
Probably
it
our
depends
last.
on your feedback that you guys give us. So I'm Danny. Obviously, you guys know if you watch DKDKTV.
Introduce me.
Yeah, who are you?
What?
I should introduce you?
Yeah, I'm on your page.
Okay,
your
so
channel.
this is Jenny Lee. She's a very famous Korean teacher.
Yeah.
She's the most famous person I know.
What? What do you mean by that?
You have the most followers. That's all that means. Doesn't mean much.
Doesn't mean anything. Okay.
Okay, so she's very big on Facebook. I don't know. I know, like yesterday, I posted an announcement for this live stream. So, and there were comments saying like, "Oh, I learned Korean from Jenny."
No way.
Yeah,
really?
yeah. So I'm sure like some of you might know Jenny from her classes. What's your Facebook page name?
Jenny Korean class.
Okay, Jenny Korean. It's not Jenny the Live anymore.
YouTube is Jenny the Live, but like
Okay.
Facebook page, I wanted to make it like real, just
Okay.
there, like you know, Jenny Korean class. That's it.
Okay, so Jenny Korean class. Go check it out.
But I've been like in your vlogs, like
Yeah.
some of like when you were late for the live at the
Oh
Solution.
yeah.
You guys,
Oh yeah.
like some of the DKDK your family, like might have seen me before.
Yeah, I think they might know you probably.
Yeah.
And
Anyway, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
And thank you for the introduction.
and thank you for coming,
Yeah,
Jenny.
thank you.
So explain why you're here
Okay,
instead
so-
of David. Why are you here?
So I don't know, like me and you, like we have coffee sometimes, and we're just like talking to each other, and like we're thinking of let's do something fun together. And I was like, okay, I'm down for it. And we were talking about having a podcast because we both are interested in, we enjoy listening to podcasts on
Yes,
YouTube, and
yes.
that's the common interest that we had. And it was like, what about we do one thing together? Like it's better.
Yeah.
It's better than doing
Yeah.
it by yourself. So I was like, okay, I'm down for it. And then we made up today. We came to the studio and we tried to do that thing.
Yeah, I'll show you guys later. But like the equipment we have here
It's
is
mad
pretty.
equipment.
Yeah, there's a lot of
It's like,
stuff.
It's to a point where it's too high tech for us to control.
Yeah. It took us an hour and a half to
Yeah.
get this thing started.
I think we're better off with the phone.
Yeah. To be honest, this is too high production for us. But we prepared a lot. We even
did.
have like freaking 5 pages of script here.
And I messed with that program, and we'll be able to show you.
Yeah,
some
some
like,
pictures and
stuff.
clips and stuff like that. So
I can't
it'll
read
be
the
interesting.
chats. Like I should read.
Yeah,
it
yeah.
over
Okay,
here.
read it here.
Okay, so one main thing that you need to announce is the name of the title of the show.
It's Danny and Jenny show.
Yeah, but like the thing is that we don't have the name. We
Yeah,
don't have a
yeah.
fixed name.
That's like a title that we just threw in there.
is very
It's not a fixed title. So guys, throughout the show, if you guys have any good ideas on what the name should be, please suggest them to us because
comments.
yeah, we need your creativity. We're not
Yeah.
creative people.
or if we don't need one, because if this is gonna be the
Oh
last
yeah. If
podcast-
it's the last show, then whatever.
okay.
Fuck, who cares? And
Anyway.
the reason why David is not here is because David freaking hates podcasts for some reason. I don't know what it is. It doesn't take a long time. It's very fun. I want to do more lives, but David is like, no, let's not do that. He was very certain about this. So.
Are you talking behind David's back?
No, David knows that I talk like this all the
I
time.
hope he's watching.
He's probably sleeping. I don't know.
Okay.
Okay, whatever. But anyway, that's why he's not here. So all the money that you give us on this podcast, like all the super chats, we'll split it between me and Jenny.
You sure?
So,
Are you gonna give me the half?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna show you who sent the money, but
And how much?
how much I received. But I'll give you a fair amount. So if you want to support Jenny, are you making good money these days, Jenny?
What do you mean? I make zero money. Like
What do you mean? You're a
Korean
famous person.
But I do Korean classes for absolutely for free. So
Why? I don't understand. Why?
I don't know.
Okay.
I feel I'm being. I'm way
Are
too-
you a volunteer? Like
Yeah,
you're
like
a very
I'm
kind
a
person.
UNICEF. Like
Okay. What? I don't understand, but okay. So guys, if you want to support Jenny, please, give us some super chats.
I've really never gotten $1 of doing a Korean class. I've never earned a money.
Well, what are you doing? You have 300,000 followers. What are you doing? Monetize that shit. Okay. So Jenny's cute. Okay.
I make money too. Okay. So I think it's fair enough that we continue.
Yeah. Okay. So. Basically, okay, just to give you a brief intro to the show, like what we want to do is we want to give you guys an insight on the latest Korean news and the stuff that's relevant to the Korean society right now that people are talking about here, as well as
our personal or like individual experiences or
and
opinions
and some just talking random shit.
Yeah,
as
just
well.
random things that we came up with.
So should we continue? Should we start?
So for today, we have 3 segments that we want to talk about. 2 Danny pulled up. It's like a society issue, and one thing is it's like a really casual talk that everyone can enjoy. So please watch it till the end. I'm excited to be here, and let's start, you guys.
Okay, so first news is very sad.
It is sad.
I think this is I was preparing the script for this our show today, yesterday, and this news just broke when I was just about to start. So I think you guys all know.
Everybody is chatting on the chat box. Chongyeon. It is the story about Chongyeon, and it's really shocking. It was really shocking.
Yes. Wait, let me put him here. Yeah, so just to give you a brief recap, I guess you guys all know,
about the news.
Jonghyun was found dead, unconscious, and in his residence, at a residence. That's not his house in Cheongdam-dong yesterday, and apparently he had committed suicide by burning coal briquette, and the police found him. His sister called the police at 4:42 p.m. and the police came in at 6:10 and found him dead, and they rushed him to the hospital, but unfortunately he did not make it. Yeah, so that's what happened, and like his last messages to his like sister and his fans and everybody was very heartbreaking, right?
Yeah, it is really heartbreaking. So yesterday, the news it was like a urgent news on TV. It was like It was the bottom. It wasn't even like a news, but it was like a breaking news. It was like a breaking news. And it was on TV, and around 6:30, it was around 6:30 that the shiny Chongyeon committed suicide, and he went to the hospital. And really, until then, I thought that it wasn't really true. Like, I couldn't really believe
because
it.
like there's like lots of times there's like news of like people dying and it turns out to be fake news, but this time it was true.
And the more thing that was really surprising to me, because he was really active until like there's like a really famous entertainment show called 아는 형님, and he was there. He was on the show. He was on the reality show, and with his happy face, he was so energetic, and he was really active in that show as well. And a lot of fans were really happy to see him back, like as a solo. Even if it was a group, it would be even better. But the fans were happy to see him as a solo, and it really shocked me because he did a lot of he were preparing for his own solo single. He was preparing for it recently, until very recently, and he were on reality shows, and he did a shoot for 밤도깨비, and that's already recorded. So everything he was like online. He was really active, but the news was really shocking for me because he was so on TV, and he wasn't like
he wasn't out of the spotlight.
He wasn't.
He was still in the spotlight, and I mean, he's a very famous idol. Like I think pretty much like most Korean people would know who he is. So I think even people who are not into K-pop, like a lot of my friends, they're not really into K-pop, but they were still very shocked about hearing the news. And like, I went through some of his interviews, like after like the news of his death. Looked back through some of his interviews, and they all had signs of him being very depressed.
Yeah.
Like I was really reading through the interviews, and it made me really sad because like it seemed like he was crying for help,
Oh,
but there wasn't too much other people could do, I guess, or maybe there weren't people to help him. I don't know, but yeah. So
like in his songs and his like the
yeah.
own lyrics that he wrote, like he was
Uh-huh.
the whole theme was about him being lonely.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
It's really and the until yesterday, the police didn't find any will or any they didn't find any notes from yesterday. But tomorrow in the morning, his friend Nine.
Yeah, this girl.
Group.
Yeah.
This group. The Nine, his friend called Nine. He uploaded on his Instagram.
I think it's a she.
What?
I don't know. Isn't it a she?
Isn't it a he?
I don't know, but
Nine?
that's not important.
Yeah, his friend uploaded his last will. Chongyeon have gave him his last will, and
yeah. The
made
notes were like
really long and really heartbreaking. I'm not sure if you guys haven't read it before. I'm not sure if it's interpreted in English.
There's a translation on
Already?
Twitter, so
Okay.
you guys can check it out. It's basically like the gist of it is like, you know, I've given up on depression. I've been depressed so long, and I've suffered. So I'm sorry I had to do this, but I'm going.
Yeah,
Kinda
and
like that.
he mentioned that he met the docs. He have met the doctor. He was going through like a psychology like therapist. He had those therapies, but the
It wasn't working.
therapies didn't help him as well. So he was questioning the doctor, "What do you want to hear from me?" So like
really?
yeah,
Wow.
it was really sad. So I guess the doctor, the therapy didn't work him. He like overall in his will, in his last words, was really heartbreaking to see one going through all that and just feeling that he couldn't find any like escape. It was really sad. Like me seeing that will on the way here was really sad. And in Korea right now, there's like in the portal sites, like his song End of the Day is like number one right now to commemorate him. And I was hearing to that song and reading that will, and it was really, really heartbreaking. It's like so sad.
Yeah.
Can't believe how sad
yeah, his
everyone
songs
is.
are people are listening to his songs because of his death today. So yeah, I mean like okay, so I wanted to talk about like suicide in Korea, like how it's not. Some people were actually shocked by how why he used like burning charcoal as a suicide method, and actually that's a very common way to commit suicide in Korea, and I think a lot of other Asian countries as well. And I think you guys already know, but suicide is a very big problem in Korea. It's like fourth highest suicide rate in the world. It's pretty crazy. It says here, I looked up some facts. 28.4 suicides per 100,000 people. That's 2015 by the WHO. And that's actually double the number from 2010, 2000, year 2000. So in 15 years, the suicide rates in Korea have gone up by the double. So that's, I don't know what's happening. Why?
I'm just reading at the
Okay.
charts.
Is there something interesting?
It is really serious. The suicide rate in Korea is really serious, and I think the culture behind it or how we treat suicide is even worse. Like, what I mean by that is in Korea, there's like this like shh culture, and what I mean by like shishi is like you don't want to reveal or talk about suicide. It's frowned upon to talk about suicide. And if one has committed suicide, like if you go to their funeral, they wouldn't say it was a suicide. Like we have this like Korean weird culture. Like culture, I believe so. I believe so that like Koreans don't really want to talk about suicide because it's such a problem, and so like the way of how we view it and how we
handle it,
handle it, post-handling suicide, those matters is really a problem. And like, yeah, it is a big problem.
Yeah, I think the problem is like, you know, even if you have suicidal thoughts, it's very difficult to talk about it because like mental illness is viewed with a stigma in South Korea. Like if you have a mental illness and you reveal it, you're considered weak and you're considered
ill,
cowardly, you know. And I think it's more of a problem, especially for celebrities, because especially for male celebrities, I think, because traditionally throughout like the history, male celebrities have used mental illness as a way to evade military service. That's like a very common excuse for evading military service, and because of that, like a lot of people view mental illness, especially for male celebrities, as something like of an excuse to try to get out of the military service, right? So that's why it's even harder for male celebrities to come out and say that they have mental health issues. So yeah, it's really unfortunate that like the environment we live in, that just puts a taboo on mental illness.
And famous rapper in Korea, like
Swings,
he had mentioned it before in a foreign interview that he had.
Yeah.
And he said he has a depression. It is an illness. It is like a cold, having a cold or having a flu. It's like the same thing. But in Korea especially, it is treated as something as like
cancer.
Like,
you know?
It's like it's being treated as
crazy.
You have depression, you go through therapy. Like, is that necessary? Like,
Yeah.
like, is it necessary? Is the whole thing is like going through like those mental therapies. Like, it's supposed to help you, but like in Korea, it's like frowned upon to go to therapies, and like you wouldn't tell your friends or families that you go through.
Yeah.
And I don't really know why, but I guess the surrounding made that kind of behavior that we have right now.
Yeah, I mean like yeah, it's hard to even talk about that with your family. Like most people hide. Most people hide. And I recently like earlier this year I saw in the news that like about quarter of the Korean population has mental health problems, but most of them never go to the hospital.
Never goes to therapy.
Yeah, and like yeah, it's just very difficult. And the problem is like for celebrities it's a different thing, but for just regular people, if you have a like health record of like mental illness,
right.
then you might find a hard time getting a job. Yeah, so that's why a lot of people just decide not to go to the hospital.
Exactly.
It's
like we say there will be like a red ticket, like a red sign that you went to the clinic, therapy, and then in a company's perspective, they wouldn't hire you because you went through therapy.
Yeah,
like, it
that
sounds
means you have
really
problems.
Yeah,
like that's how they view it.
This sounds ridiculous. Like, I totally understand those who thinking that this is ridiculous, but this is really happening in Korea. This is like a real thing that we don't talk about it on public, but every Korean, like I'm not even sure if this is like a Korean thing I would want to say, but it's something that's happening in Korea for sure. And you guys are mentioning that it is almost the same in the U.S. You guys don't talk about it in the internet. Personally, it's quickly a taboo topic. So I guess it is the same in the U.S. as well.
Yeah, it's I don't know, like it's a very weird thing to like, people are very worried about suicide and like, these problems that's very prevalent in Korea, but yet they do not take the measures to kind of change the atmosphere to be more open to mental illnesses, which are probably one of the main causes of suicide. But like at least Jonghyun, like I guess he went to the hospital, seeing from his notes, but I guess that did not help him. One thing I want to comment about is I read a lot of people on Twitter saying like, how did the police not find him soon enough? Like, if you look at the reports, it says the police got the call from his sister at 4:42 p.m. and they found him dead at 6:10 p.m. in his residence, I guess. I think like I don't know the exact story, but just to play the devil's advocate here, like everybody's just blaming the police for being too late, but you have to understand, like, he wasn't at his home, so they didn't know where he was, and like they can track the GPS on your phone, you know that, the police.
So they did it. They
found him, but it's the GPS itself is very inaccurate.
Yeah.
Especially in the cities where there's like high buildings,
yeah.
and it's very compact. So Seoul is a very densely packed place. So even if you have the GPS coordinates, you might have like lots and lots of homes there. So it's very it must have been very difficult for the police to find Jonghyun in time, you know. So I think people shouldn't blame the police for being late.
Yeah.
It's a very and especially like at that time it's rush hour. At that time is rush hour.
And like even if they found the building, like in that building there will
probably
be
lots
like
of
100
rooms.
households.
Yeah.
So like it's an apartment or a residence. I'm not. Yeah. So
just don't blame the police. I mean, maybe things might have changed if they gotten earlier, but it's not really their fault.
And the second thing is, like, I guess the things that people are kind of talking about is the the company itself.
Why?
Like, about if the company couldn't help Jonghyun, like, if they couldn't prevent him, or, like, maybe, like, some fans are quite sad. Like, this is such a sad, tragic thing, but like the fans' perspective, they are kind of questioning about what the company did, like what the company, like how maybe the SM company could have helped Jonghyun a bit more, like if he was going through such a hard time, and maybe not push him too much, like not like work, not like that. And it's like being an idol in Korea is mad job. It's mad. They don't sleep. They don't eat. Like, it's a mad job in Korea, and a lot of the work behind it is by the company. So they arrange the schedules and they arrange the album things, and so some blame is kind of being toward to the SM company.
I don't think we should blame SM. I mean, like,
but there are some people talking about it as well.
I think it's just the structure of the music industry itself. Like, it's not just SM's fault, but like, you know, most companies, most labels, they view their artists, especially idols, as a commodity. Especially, it's because idols, like, whether you like to, you know, believe it or not, they have an expiration date, basically. Like, people move on to the next big thing, and they only have a certain amount of time window where they can, like, exploit their popularity to make money, right? So, and a lot of money goes into training idols. Like, they train for many, many years, right, without any profit, making a single dollar. You know, they go through 7 years of training, and that's all from the companies. So, when they finally debut as idols, the companies are, you know, naturally gonna want to, you know, pinch every dollar out of them. So that's why they just put them through a very very tough schedule. And I think, like, this entire system itself is like something to be reconsidered. Like, I know a lot of K-pop fans, they're proud of the fact that these idols go through like 7 years of training and stuff like that. But it's like, not a natural thing, you know. It's not a natural thing to, like, you know, spend 7 years in training and then you suddenly just debut. Like, in most music industries, you know, you go through, it's a natural, like, rise to popularity where, like, just this person gets, you know, scouted, and then, like, you know, because of his music or whatever, and
like talent.
It's not like a training program.
It's like a robot building.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
for 7 years, especially.
So
7 years. That's a very long time.
7 years.
I mean, and that's just like, I'm just throwing out a number, but like 7 years is a very common like time frame.
Even
of
more than
training.
10 years.
Yeah. There's people that, like, look, do you know Jisoo?
Jisoo do.
See, he trained for like 12 years or something, and you don't even know who Jisoo is. So I mean, like, it's I know a lot
It's
of
a
K-pop
weird
fans
thing.
are proud of that system because like they think it's a way of assuring quality, but on the flip side, that just means that the companies have just more reasons to just put their artists through a very hard schedule because they invested so much money into 7 years, like those years of training, without making a single dollar. So it's just that's just the way it is, and I think you really have to rethink about like how like this system works. I mean, I'm not saying like Chonghyun's death is because of that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's like lots of reasons why he was depressed and all that, but
it's just such a tragic.
yeah.
Such a.
Okay.
I bet, and as there's some comments like, hopefully Chonghyun's death can shine a light on mental illness and help people in
Yeah,
Korea
I really
learn
hope
more
so.
about it. It's just a shame that he had to die to do it like this, and I really agree with this comment. I hope really this kind of this happens a lot, really.
What
I
happens
don't
a lot?
Suicide? I don't know what you guys.
Depression or mental health issues? I think like like Top, he had a mental problem, and Namtaeon, do you know who he is? Yeah, from Winner. He also left Winner because of mental health issues.
So it's really 건강하죠.
Okay.
We really have to be healthy, like inside and outside. Like mentally, I think it's really important these days. And like Korean society, it puts in such like a stressful environment.
Yeah, it's so competitive.
Whether if you're a student or whether you have a job, adult, like it doesn't matter. They have their own stress, and really, I see a lot of comments that like the smile can't really know what the person is thinking about. So I think it's really there wasn't much that anyone could do, like his friends or the company or the people around him. I guess there wasn't much
Well,
to do. It's
okay.
really I can't really believe it. And a lot of the K-pop fans, like a lot of them say that SHINee was like one of their first like to see K-pop. Like it was like a like
Yeah, I mean,
SHINee definitely.
that was the generation that I also got
Me too.
interested
Like
into
we
K-pop.
yeah,
that was like
yeah.
the time. I think that was the time when I was the most interested in K-pop.
Yeah.
Right?
Like I feel I'm kind of that like SHINee and like that 소녀시대 and 동방신기 period was our time.
Yeah,
like
that was
we grew
We're
up
old.
with yeah, we are. So we grew up with SHINee, and it's really sad. I can't
Okay.
believe it. So yeah.
Anyway, condolences to his family and fans and friends.
Friends, so sad.
Yes. Next news.
So let's wrap this up. So everybody, we're sad as much as you guys are, and we just feel very sad and miserable about this fact.
Yeah. Hope it brings change to the Korean society
I hope.
on mental health issues and the music industry as a whole.
Just like but one more thing, it's like just like some people are worried now that like since it's like a ripple effect. Other people
will
might follow it.
And that's a very common thing
it's
in
a very
Korea.
thing.
Yeah, like
this happened many years ago. Choi Jin-sil, actress died and his ex-husband died and his manager died. So
yeah. If a famous person commits suicide, then lots of people tend to like follow. Try to.
Not even like a famous people, I would say, like just like if someone nearby commits suicide, it's very heartbreaking, and it's like it just messes with your mind. So we are afraid about that in Korea as well, since Chonghyun is such an
influential figure,
and he was a very influential idol as well. So we are very concerned about that as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, going on to the next news. It's kind of hard to come back from that.
I know.
Going on to the another depressing news.
Okay, so we are going to stop again, and then we are going to go to the next.
Yeah. This is the next news. Okay. Korean journalists get assaulted.
All of a sudden.
This is kind of. If you see the video, we'll show you the video. Korean journalists get assaulted by Chinese security guards before summit meeting.
Okay, so as a video, we will show you this video.
Yeah. It's pretty, where is this? Where is it?
YouTube?
이건가? Oh, it's gone?
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. I think it's gone. Oh, yeah, here it is.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys are... 종현 사진 내려.
큰일 났다. 이거 아닌데. 헐. 이거 아닌데.
내가 할게. 그거 인터넷, go to the internet?
Okay.
Okay, do you want me to do it?
Okay, can you do it? Sorry. Okay. So yeah, Korean journalists get assaulted by Chinese security guards before summit meeting. So if you guys don't know, I'm sure you guys don't know, but the South Korean President Moon Jae-in and Chinese President Xi Jinping, they held a summit last week, right? Last week. Mm-hmm. It wasn't this week. It was last week, yeah. Last week, Thursday. And basically, a lot of South Korean journalists followed the president along his visit to China. And along the way, in one of the events, two South Korean photojournalists who were covering an event with that President Moon Jae-in participated, they got beaten up by Chinese security guards. And yes. Okay, can we just skip to the clip? Okay. So Jenny is finding the clip. It's actually and there's a lot of people. I think this is like before Jong-hyun's death. This was the biggest topic in Korea. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Okay.
Can you guys see
Yeah.
this?
Okay, it's good. Yeah. 그 소리도 켜야 될 거야 아마. 그거 상관 아니 그거 말고 그쪽에서 그쪽에서 오케이. 야. play 눌러 play.
삶의 중요한 가치는 많지만 언제나 마지막은
그리고 한 가지 소식을 전해드리면
부분만.
청와대 경호원에게 폭행을 당하는 그런 사건이 있었습니다.
파장이 크죠.
예, 그렇습니다. 지금 화면이 나오고 있는데요. 이 사건의 이 발단은 이런 거였습니다. 오늘 10시 30분, 오전 10시 30분에 한중 경제 무역 파트너십이라는 행사의 개막식이 있었습니다. 여기에 문재인 대통령이 참석을 했고 행사가 잘 진행이 됐습니다. 그런데 한 25분쯤 지나서 10시 55분쯤에 문재인 대통령이 우리 기업 부스가 있는 쪽으로 이동을 해서 격려를 하기 위해서 자리를
So yeah, that's the video. That's the video. Where's this? That's the video. And basically, the reason why the Chinese security guards they assaulted the photojournalist was because like the photojournalists, I guess they tried to get too close to the president or something like that, and there was a fight between them, and yeah, basically the journalists got beaten up, and like the sad thing right now is like I thought, and Korean people are not really friendly to Chinese, China, right? Like Korean people. Like between China, Japan, and Korea, there's a very big rivalry between the nations, right? So Korean people hate Japan, Korean people hate China, basically. Why? It's true. It's true.
Okay.
Yeah, it's true.
Okay. Keep on.
But the funny thing is, not everybody, but a lot of people are hating on the photojournalists that got beaten up.
Echo.
Oh, sorry. Oh. Nice. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So yeah, a lot of people are hating on the journalists because I don't know why.
Let's hear this.
Okay, are you good?
It's okay. The sound is okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'll start from the beginning again then. So Korean people, they hate China, they hate Japan. It's a very big rivalry between the three nations. It's because of history. Like China and Japan invaded Korea many times throughout history. It's like Korea's basically
Non-stop.
Korea's
Beat it
entire
up.
history is basically China invading, Japan invading, China invading, Japan invading.
Western coming in.
Yeah, exactly.
Military coming in.
Korea's a very
It's a beaten up place.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
history.
it's stuck between two very big countries, and it's a peninsula, so that makes
That's
it very
why it's
a very valuable target because that's like
we're in a good place.
Yeah, we're in a good place geographically.
Geographically.
So that's why we got invaded a lot, and throughout history, like we didn't really have a strong, I guess, country.
So sad,
yeah, it's like our history is very sad, and that's why Korean people hate China and Japan, right? And the funny thing is, like with this case, I actually thought naturally Korean people would be hating on the security guards who beat up the Korean journalists, but I don't know. Like a lot of people are hating on the journalists because apparently they think that because of this incident, it's actually putting dirt on the president's visit, his efforts, and the things that he did in China with the Chinese president, like the summit. So they're worried that it'll negatively affect the the outcome of the summit.
Yeah, so I agree with you. It's like I think the media.
That's not my opinion. That's the people's opinion.
Do you agree with that?
No, I don't agree with that.
Really?
But let's
well,
debate
like
then.
debate. It's like in university class.
Yeah, go.
Well,
tell us what you think.
What? Well, like I researched as well before we came, and I bet you have your opinions as well. So like, I kind of like agree with the people who said like the media is kind of like putting it on the main subject, like even more than the summit itself. So
yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't really agree or disagree with the other facts, other relevant news, but I do agree with the fact that this video that we have shown you is being even more like focused than the summit, and I think it's the summit itself, which is the more bigger and more important thing,
event.
And like.
That's
I
why
think,
people hate journalists? Is that it?
Like, I'm not trying to say that I hate journalists or anything, but...
That's why you hate journalists. Jenny hates journalists.
No, what's that? Okay.
Did you vote for President Moon Jae-in?
I think this was like a 비밀 선거. It's like a private vote.
It's a secret.
It's a secret. But it's like, I do agree that the media is really just like putting that on the news, like before the Jonghyun.
It's the headline.
It was the headline, like,
and
those people who want to know about the summit, they couldn't get the news about the summit because the news was all about this like accident about like the Chinese beating up our people, and they were just fighting over whose fault is this? Like whose fault is this? Is this the Chinese fault? Like is this the Korean fault?
That's a good point.
So they were just like
putting the focus on something else that's
different matter.
That's diluting the message of the summit.
Which is this accident is very it's like a.
It's unfortunate.
It's unfortunate for that
individual.
Yes, thank you for saying.
Finishing your sentences.
Yeah, for that individual, he got he's like his like
you went to the hospital.
His bone on his like eye broke, so it it hurt his like neuro like so his senses on his eye, so he went to the hospital, so he is in the hospital, so it's such a big event, like it's an accident, it's an incident. We all know that, but does this have to be
the
main headline rather than the summit?
Well,
that's the point that I want to ask.
You know why? What do you think will get more views? What do you think will get more views? Chinese beat up a Korean person, or President Moon Jae-in meets President Xi Jinping. What do you think people are more gonna click more?
It's like
Chinese beat up
clickbait.
Korean person. It is clickbait.
It is so that's like the Korean media. It's like, and I believe a lot of the media's No, I can't say that. I don't really know about other people's medias, but in Korea, they go for what people are
Click.
What they go for the headlines that like really like
that is true.
like suicide, like violence.
Very, very yellow journalism. It's yellow journalism, and I think the problem is the Korean news outlets. There's too many of them. There's like more than 2,000 news sources in Korea. Korea's a freaking small country, and they have more than 2,000 news sources. I think that's why like people are just like trying to grab clicks and stuff like that. Why?
Hashtag Jenny hates media.
Yeah. Get off fucking YouTube, man. Get off Facebook. Jenny hates media. Go read books.
Is this how like scandals happen? Oh my god, you guys are so funny.
Why do they fight?
Jenny roasts media.
Okay. As a media major, I was very saddened by the way people view journalists in this country. And actually, like people filed a petition to the Blue House.
Yeah,
to disband the Blue House press corps. It's crazy. Like and 45,000 people signed, and when 200,000 people signed the petition, then the government has to officially respond to that. So a lot of people are actually against the journalists. I found out like from this, and like I don't know. I guess some part like journalists themselves have the blame, but I feel like people are trying way too hard to like just cover up for the president sometimes. This is a very political topic.
Your fans want you to check the comments.
Okay, why? Is it funny?
No, they just want you to communicate with you.
Oh, really? Why?
You
What do you care?
I'm just what kind of relationship is this? Like I communicate
I
with
just
my
talk.
fans, and
You fucking listen. Don't talk. Don't talk back.
I'm so surprised. Like I'm more used to this. Like I say, you guys say, like this kind of communication.
No, that's not how.
This isn't how it works
this
here.
This is a fucking dictatorship.
Okay.
I'm not here to communicate.
Okay. I have to follow the rules in the DKDKTV family. I'm not used to this kind of like.
You guys have your own conversation. I talk. You guys have your little conversation in the chat room.
I was thinking
maybe I'll read it. Maybe I won't. I probably won't.
Like he just said, why? Why do you? Oh my god.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'll read some fucking comments.
No.
Gordon.
Did I do something bad? Why are you bashing me for?
I don't think blaming the journalists is right. We should be criticizing executives at the media corporations. Exactly, like journalists themselves, they're just there to, take photos and shit. They're not.
Hashtag.
They're not there because they want to go. People tell them to their boss told them to go there and take photos of the president, and they're like, okay, fuck, I gotta go to China. I don't like
Stop
China.
Stop swearing.
It's true.
Oh yeah.
They're not there on their own will. So, it's not their fault.
You got an opinion? Keep it.
Danny, change your clothes. Fuck, man.
Well, give him some clothes.
Yeah,
ship it.
Send me some clothes.
Yeah.
I want
Danny Rose subscribers.
the Save the Children the knitting the hat thingy. You know those things?
What?
The Save the Children. You know the group, the organization, NGO Save the Children.
Yeah.
You know how they every winter
they knit hats for the children to.
So send one to me.
Oh, this is where you're going.
Knit one. I want a knit hat. I want a handmade knit hat. Okay.
Wow, very demanding.
Funny story.
Hashtag Danny demanding.
Another funny story.
I didn't know where this was going.
Okay. This goes into our next topic. Okay, so journalists, sorry, I guess. Whatever. It's a very sad thing. Like our country, we're stuck between very powerful nations: Russia, China, Japan, the U.S. fucking North Korea, those fucks, you know, like what the fuck, man. So we're stuck in a shithole, basically. Like this is a very
Yay, shithole!
we're in a very bad place. So it's a very sad thing that like we can't, you know, even when like it's crazy. Like if you think about it the other way around, like say if like for example like President Xi Jinping, like the Chinese president, or say Trump comes, President Trump comes to Korea, and the South Korean bodyguards, they beat up, you know, American or Chinese journalists, you know, like what would the outrage be? Like it would be crazy, like, and everybody would be like, you know, we did something wrong here. Like even the Korean people would say that, but like seeing it as it is now, like South Korean people are kind of used to like being the, I guess, the weaker, you know, nation. And they've kind of set themselves in that like image, and they're used to it. So even when
we're even used to it,
yeah, people are used to it. I mean, we've been invaded like fucking like, you know, hundreds of times throughout history, and we've been colonized and shit like that. So we're very like we're very used to like being that weaker nation. Like I don't want to say this like as like saying that like I think we're a weak nation or anything like that. I mean we are, but like. I'm not like belittling our country, but I can buy a fucking hat now. just wait. But yeah, it's just like Korean people are kind of so used to that even when like, you know, our country's journalists, they get beaten up, we think it's not. Like that's not an important issue. Maybe I don't know. I just feel very pissed off about it. Okay, so who? Louis. Roast more people, Danny. Okay.
Super chat. Thank you. Thank you.
So yeah, people hate. No, don't hate. I was gonna say hate China. No, don't hate China. I like China. I like Chinese food.
Almost there.
No, I like dim sum, man. I really like dim. I like some dumplings, and some spring rolls.
Thank you for these. So cool.
Can you not get into the chat box? Your clothes are black, so can you? Yeah, thanks. Okay. So anyway, as I was talking about the Save the Children thing, we're gonna go on to our next topic.
Our final topic.
Our final topic of the day.
Okay,
us. Yeah.
We have some very.
How many people are watching right now?
You don't even care. Why do you?
I know. I care about who's watching.
300 of
wow,
you guys.
Still a lot. Okay, thank you.
So this is our last final topic that we're going to talk about, and it is the
Christmas I gave you my heart. The very next day. So we actually prepared. So we wanted to do something fancy. We're in a fucking studio.
Excited.
We have good equipment here.
But this is what we could get out of it.
This is what happened. This is what happened.
Yeah!
Christmas! So how about we talk about... This is supposed to be a... Okay,
Can you see?
Let's unveil the tree. Okay, this is a tree here.
Here's the Christmas tree.
Yes, this is a tree. Okay. So guys...
I look like I have a mud
pack.
Yeah.
Look
at your
Look
mouth.
at my teeth. Okay.
It's like the dark ice cream, like black ice cream.
Oh
it's
yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, okay.
So can we just put up the Christmas tree?
Yes.
Wallpaper?
Okay.
No, thank you for
this.
just
this is awesome. Okay, Christmas feels.
So my whole original idea was like put it in the back. You know how like really fancy pot.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Fancy pot.
Oh shit. No, I'm not trying to be. Oh, what the fuck? I just want to move this Christmas tree, man.
Click that tree.
No, it's.
Click it.
Where's it?
I
got it.
Okay.
Fuck. Jeez.
So our fancy master idea was to put it in this like green screen, but this wasn't working. The audio wasn't working at first.
No, nothing's
this is the
working.
best we can do it. It's Christmas season.
Yeah. So yeah, tell us. What do you want to talk about Christmas?
Okay. Well.
Can you explain like what Christmas means to Korean people? Because like.
I can buy a fucking hat.
What?
I'm dying at your comments. Danny, you're missing a tooth. Wait. Ah, talk about Taeyang wedding. All right.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
we'll
that's like that's good news. Good news.
Oh, so Yuli, they're saying this is what I'm here for. Quality content like this.
Yes. Thank you for the fucking hat, Yuli.
Oh my
Louis.
god. 뭐 또.
Oh. Fuck.
You guys should sing some
guys. I have a PayPal account. Send it to the PayPal account because now Jenny's gonna see all the money that you're sending, and now I'm gonna fucking have to like give it to her. Oh, by the way, you know that YouTube takes a cut. You know that, right?
I don't know this.
No. This is I'm not fucking lying here. I'm not trying to take your money. Like, hey, I wouldn't. If we split $5, it's $2.5. I'm not gonna like rip you off, from $2.5. But YouTube takes like a 30% or something like cut.
Really?
But,
Never
yeah.
knew that.
Anyway.
Thank you.
Thank you for Diana.
Diana. You guys should sing some Christmas carol. Sing it. Hit it, boy.
You know, I can't think of Christmas carols. What? Christmas carols. They don't play Christmas carols in Korea anymore. Copyright issues.
Copyright issues.
Since a couple of years ago, they stopped playing Christmas carols on the streets. That's why I know. All I want for Christmas is you.
Please.
Ooh, baby.
Oh my god, please. Wow, fandom. Wow.
Okay.
You guys have really.
Okay, whatever. So can you tell us what Christmas means to Korean people? Because
I don't really want to talk about like what Christmas means to Korean people, but I was just rather focus on like what we have like personal experiences.
Fine, whatever.
Jingle bells, hit that high note. Again, another $5 well spent. Thank you.
Okay. Wow. What a way to spend your $5.
It's Spanish.
You hear me singing fucking Mariah Carey.
We have unsubscribing from unsubscribing.
Ooh, baby.
Him singing is the quality content I signed up. You have a very nice fan. I think you guys have talk with your fans. Jesus.
You're doing the talking. Okay,
Why am I talking?
So let's just talk about fucking Christmas, okay?
I'm deaf now. Okay.
Okay.
So it's just like a really casual talk that we are going to finish off this first podcast.
Because it's Christmas.
It's Christmas season.
soon.
And like I was
Next
going to
week.
buy like a Christmas hat and like a Rudolph nose. I have it at home, but I
That's
didn't bring
too
it.
high production, man. You think you're gonna make a lot of money off this?
I can't buy a Christmas Santa hat with the $5.
No.
So I texted him on my way here. I was like, Danny, should I buy like a Christmas hat, like a Santa hat? And I showed him the price, and he was like, you don't want to.
No. I know.
you know.
Yeah. Okay. It's okay. We're not here for the money. We're just here.
Just talking and like.
Why
just
are we
chilling.
here? No, I just really wanted to talk about stuff with you guys, and like we don't really get to talk about just like regular everyday shit that interests us, and that's like that we hear on the news and stuff like that to you guys, because like our platform, I don't know, for our channel it's very I guess we're not into live anymore, so like it's very hard to discuss live events, like the recent events and like stuff just that we just want to talk about, because David doesn't want me to do that. I don't know. Whatever, talk.
So,
What am I
thank you.
saying?
I don't know. He wants a hat. That's what you want to say.
Okay, go.
So we're gonna talk about Christmas. It's like Christmas. It's like my favorite month of the year. Like for me, like on Instagram, I posted like it's snowing outside, and like it was snowing a lot in Korea, and it's like so pretty. I love snow.
Christmas.
It's such a white Christmas, and it's really snowy. So. I love Christmas, so I just wanted to talk about Christmas. Like, what do you usually do at Christmas? Like, what are you doing?
What do you do?
What are you doing for this week? Or like, if you're not doing anything special, like, what was anything memorable? We're gonna have like a casual talk, and like, I was thinking, I want to like hear your opinion, like your like special moments that you had Christmas, or like.
Why? No, just kidding. Go. Okay, go.
Ouch.
Yeah. Okay.
Jenny the communicator. I don't know. I'm just used to communicating with my students and fans. So.
Go.
Yeah. So, is there anything that you're doing for this Christmas?
This Christmas?
Oh, you're going to the States.
Yes, tomorrow.
Tomorrow you're going to.
Less than 12 hours.
Yay.
Oh, okay.
Another super chat.
Wow, Anita, again.
Oh, $10. Oh my God, is this for the hat?
Anita, y'all actually prepared a lot, even though the execution was faulty. Laughing my ass off, but I'm here for it all. Thank you, Anita. I guess it's nighttime there. She lives in Texas. Thank you, Anita, for the $10.
Texas,
yes.
wow.
So we usually, like in our live streams, the reason we stopped doing them because like we're so unorganized. We just turn on live and like just talk about random shit. And I prepared this time because I'm professional, unlike David. Yeah, I'm professional. You were shocked how professional I was, right? Like yesterday, you were surprised, or did you know that I was professional?
What do you want me to say?
Say that I'm professional.
Danny's professional. Danny's professional.
I'm a professional person. I don't.
Why is your face so red? Like on the comment,
it's because it's hot. It's really hot here.
Somebody commented, like I'm all about the comments here, but like somebody
stop reading the fucking comment.
Why?
Okay, I'm gonna talk about my Christmas. Shut the fuck up, everybody. Okay.
But somebody mentioned that have you been drinking?
No. It's just like I have like 3 layers of clothing here. It's really hot. It's really cold in Korea right now. It's like minus like 10 degrees or something like that. It's freaking cold. So this Christmas, tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. I'm going to New York. I'm visiting my parents and my brother and my dog.
Oh,
Teddy!
Teddy!
That's literally my reaction. Oh, Teddy!
You have a dog? You have a dog? Show me.
I don't have pictures.
What a...
No, I do, but...
You continue, find it while you're talking.
You talk about your Christmas.
My Christmas. Okay. Well, Christmas. Okay, there's
people. What are you
people.
gonna do? Okay. Just ignore me, man. What are you doing? Be professional. We're on a fucking show.
Okay. Am I paid for this? Am I gonna be paid?
No. You're gonna be paid in compliments. Fighting.
Fighting. Well, like I lived in Canada, Victoria. Is there anyone in Canada? I stayed in Canada for 2 years when I was a little kid, like seven-ish, when I was like 7 years old, and I remember I was shocked how big of a Christmas tree my Canadian friends had. Like I remember I was a little kid and I went to my friend's Christmas party, and there was like a Christmas party. I didn't even know there was a party like Christmas. I thought it was like such a family.
Were you invited?
I was invited.
What?
You
have friends? Okay. Yeah.
I was invited and I went to my friend's house and like they had like humongous trees. Like it was bigger than me. It was touching the roof, not the roof, the ceiling. And I was so shocked.
Like story time. Yeah. Okay.
This is what I wanted.
Yeah,
okay. And like the image that I saw on storybooks, like there was a Christmas tree and like really presents underneath the Christmas tree. Like I thought the classic Christmas tree image. It was my first time actually seeing it. I thought it was like it was a culture shock for me because I only seeing it in like storybooks, like of like how they put like Santa, and they had chimneys, and like I didn't know people really had chimneys. Like
what?
in Korea.
You lived in Canada and you didn't know people had chimneys?
No, when I was in Korea, Korean people, we live in apartments, like so like there's no chimneys. Like I was a little kid.
Yeah, and like
they had chimneys and they had like a fireplace, and it was like my first time looking at that fireplace. And my house had also a fireplace.
Very cozy.
It's so nice. It was so nice. So I had like 시간 때문에 그렇구나.
아니야.
몇 시까지?
우리 아니야. 시간 아니야.
몇 시?
나 여기 뒤에까지 빌렸어. 뒤에까지.
네.
뭐야?
촬영 중이라.
뒤에까지 빌렸는데? Yeah, okay. No, sorry guys. Just somebody from the staff came in. So
시간 때문에 그런 것 같아.
아니야. 나 이거 여기 뒤까지 빌렸다니까 내가.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Yeah. Just go.
Okay.
Continue your story.
So it was my culture shock to see like actually a chimney and like a Christmas
Actual
tree,
chimney.
and like I was a little kid, so like I really prepared like a cookie, like I was told my parent. Ginger man, like just like a chocolate chip cookie and like with milk, and the next morning the chip was bitten and like the milk was half gone, half empty, and it was like a wonderful moment of my life. Like I still remember it so vividly.
So vivid. Yeah.
It's like really I can say it like this. It was so vivid for me to see like that much of a Christmas. What about you?
For me, like I think that yeah, I agree. Like Christmas, I also lived in Canada.
Yeah, we talk. It's like always a shocker for us to talk. You lived in Canada?
Yeah,
Me
yeah,
too.
yeah,
Like we
yeah.
done this like 3
She
times.
lived in Vancouver Island. I
Victoria.
lived in Vancouver Island. That's
Yeah.
Vancouver Island. I lived in Vancouver. So we're only a ferry ride away.
Yeah, or helicopter ride.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't afford helicopters. But I think like Christmas in Canada, like
Toronto. Oh, sorry.
Christmas in I guess North America. I guess in Western cultures is I feel I like that kind of Christmas better than Korean Christmas because Korean Christmas is very it's a couple's day. Like people go out with their girlfriends.
In Korea?
It's like a Valentine's Day basically.
The second version of Valentine's.
Yeah. It's not a family gathering day because Korea is not like a Christian country, right? So, I mean, we do. It's a holiday. Christmas is a holiday. We don't go to work, but it's not like a big event for us. So it's more like a day when couples gather. So
Okay.
I personally enjoyed the Canadian Christmas experience more, where like we sit by the chimney, by the fireplace, and like we set up the Christmas tree and shit like that.
Yeah.
It's very fun.
I really admire like in Korea, like there's like comments like what do Koreans do in like in Christmas, but I guess some people like Danny said they are just like couples, so they just go.
You
or
know
like
what? You want to know a funny fact?
what?
The Christmas is the day when that's like out of the entire year, the most condoms are sold.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what Christmas is in Korea, basically. To sum it up.
I don't want to sum it up like
so
that.
it's a
No,
very-
don't ruin my Christmas subject.
But you know, like the motels and hotels, they charge you like 3 times the regular the fee, the rate.
Okay.
Okay, so that's what Christmas is.
No!
Yeah, it is. It is.
No!
It is.
It's not Christmas for me. I go
Okay,
to
for
church. Like
you go to church?
I'm
You're
Catholic.
You're really?
I'm Catholic.
Oh, really?
So I go to church. There's like the church meeting, and we like have like little like they give you hot chocolate in Korea. So I like
Okay,
감사합니다.
okay. Okay.
Don't mess up my Christmas story. Oh
Okay.
my god.
That's not Christmas for me. But neither is the condom story. It's more like just staying at home. Oh, okay. So
Korean. Oh my god.
another so okay, there's Christmas. This version of there's a lot of Christmases in Korea.
Oh my
this
god.
Christmas, the Christmas that I just talked about, and the other Christmas is like a Korean ritual. Every Christmas they play Home Alone. They show
맞아,
Home
맞아,
Alone
맞아.
on pretty much like half of the channels in Korea.
But I honestly enjoy it every single time.
Yeah, it's like a
I
Korean
can't get
ritual.
sick of it. Like
It's like
really.
a Christmas ritual.
And it's like kind of like a gag. It's kind of like a saying like, what are you doing for Christmas? I'm just gonna
I'm watching Home Alone.
So in the meaning, like I have nothing to do in this Christmas.
Yes,
in that kind of
exactly.
sense. In
Exactly.
But I really actually enjoy watching that video.
Me too. It's like
every year. Like I don't get sick of it.
it's fuck.
So adventurous.
But that what is that? What is that?
Oh, Home Alone. You grab the doorknob and like
Oh
it's like
yeah. What's the best? What's your favorite Home Alone? For me, it's just one.
It's
Yeah,
number
it's the
one
original.
is the best.
Original.
Oh, you're oh.
What? 5만 원?
What?
What?
No,
What?
$50? You sure?
Danny, sorry for the comment. Buy some clothes. Thank you. What's your name? Maribel.
Maribel.
Thank you. I will buy some clothes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for
Wow.
the 5만 원. I guess you're Korean? I don't know. If you're Korean, say something.
Yay, thank
It's
you.
not $50,000. It's $50, but that's still a lot. I think this is one of the biggest donations we got.
Well, thank you.
So thank you very much, Maribel.
Thank you,
We'll buy clothes, or I'll buy clothes. And okay, so what was
Okay, so
what's a special? What are you doing this year then? Going to church?
yeah, going to church. Like really just staying with my family. Well,
me too.
like for me it's like then what will my mom and dad do without me? It's like that's like kind of my biggest concern. So like we like my dad and my family, I have a brother but he doesn't really like visit us
Show
often.
off.
Yeah. He lives like 3 subway stations away. It's
But
like
he doesn't go to your house.
he doesn't come to me.
Okay.
He's like just cool. But anyway, so like I stay with my parents. Like we watch Home Alone and we just
awesome.
order.
Sounds fun.
But I think it's like all about family for me and like going to church and like if you go to church like it's all decorated and and I miss those times when like I decorated the Christmas tree with my parents and I think it's like when you grow up and like in Korea like they're like Christmas tree 무슨 Christmas tree? I was like, what Christmas tree? You're too old for it. But I'm not too old for anything. I want to still believe in Santa and I want to decorate the Christmas tree and I want presents underneath my Christmas tree. I still do, but they say it's like,
You're still a kid at heart, young little Jenny.
But I want those Christmas tree. I want So like, do you guys have Christmas trees? Like, did you decorate your Christmas trees? I want to know on the comments. So please write down on the comments. Or not. Or not. I'm sorry. Don't.
Loken, New York, thank you for a generous $50.
Whoa.
Wow. For Jenny. Fuck you, Danny. Love you both. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Please fuck me more.
I'm being acknowledged. Thank you.
Thank you, Loken. Yes. I will make sure like we split the super chats.
We have 300 people watching this, so you better.
Yes. And I already told David that we would do it, so it's okay.
진짜 웃기다.
So yeah.
Oh, you guys decorated the tree. Oh my god, I want to see pictures. Can you tag me on Instagram, please?
No, like you're gonna check.
I do. Oh my god.
Okay.
jennythelive, please tag me on Instagram.
Tag her. Don't tag me. Just follow me. But don't tag me.
Whoa, such a celebrity.
Instagram. Yeah, okay.
Such a celebrity.
For me, I'm just gonna see my like. For me, Christmas has been like mostly like just guys' night out. Just go to clubs and shit. Because like I don't know what it is, but most of the time when it was Christmas, I never really had a girlfriend, and I never had I did like for a couple of Christmas, but most of the time I didn't have a girlfriend. And my family's, I've been living without my, apart from my family for like the past 6-7 years. So it's been mostly like, you know, guys' night out. But this Christmas, I'm visiting my parents first time.
You didn't spend Christmas with your family last year? You didn't?
No, I went. No, I just drank beer.
Oh, last year on Christmas, I was in New York, and
Really?
on the New Year's, I was in the Times Square, and I waited in that seat. Like I couldn't go to the bathroom.
Dropping the ball.
I was right there. And
how long did you wait?
15 hours.
What?
15 hours.
I was considering going there this year. No, I shouldn't.
No, if you never.
I don't want to wait 15 hours though.
But seriously, I waited, and it was like there's like this barricade, like, and it's for those people who are really early people in, like, and then in that barricade where it's like really centered, you can't get out. Like if you if you want to go to the bathroom, you can't have your seat reserved. Like that, if you come out, it's end. So me and my friend, we waited there like for 15 hours. We didn't even drink because we might want to go to the bathroom. So it was like no water for us. Wow. We just sat there and
that's
like we
some
just
dedication. Were your places good? Like
it was
front row.
Front row was really like I was in that like.
Okay, that's at least you got the front row.
It was so front row.
I guess that's pretty much like once in a lifetime.
Once in a lifetime. But like if somebody asks me like, will you do it again? I was like, it's
been there, done that.
I've been there, done that. So I was there in New York in Times Square last year, and for I guess a year has already passed. Like time flies.
And I'm going this year.
So are you gonna really go to the Times Square?
I don't think. I really hate like being like mixed with a lot of people. Like I don't like crowded places, and I don't like waiting.
But I think it's like once in your life, like you could do it. Like
okay, maybe I'll go. Okay. I'm just a party pooper.
Party pooper.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So like, what was your favorite Christmas present ever?
My Christmas present.
What do you want to get this year?
I want a dog.
Aww.
I want a dog.
Teddy.
No,
I
but
got
that's-
pictures of Teddy.
You do? 아! 진짜 귀엽다. 아, 진짜 귀엽다.
Oh, Teddy.
Can you focus it?
I don't know.
Touch the screen.
No. What do you mean?
I thought it was like a cell phone thing.
Oh,
Oh, so cute. How old is he? Oh.
He's 10.
Oh.
Oh. Oh,
야, 진짜 너무
Teddy.
귀엽다.
Teddy.
Cute. He's like a poodle, right?
Yes, he's a poodle.
Oh.
So, yeah.
I had a dog. I raised a Shih Tzu for like 14, 15 years, but
Oh, he died.
Yeah, Wi-Fi in heaven. Okay.
What? What is that? You're making fun of your dead dog? What the hell?
No, this is what I do with my brother. Like it's like Kendall. It's like an emotional thing. What are you?
Okay.
It's like
It's okay.
Wi-Fi
It's
in
okay.
Wi-Fi in heaven, please. Like it's like a
I don't
thing.
understand. Okay, maybe I'm too old. What are you talking about? What's your favorite Christmas present you ever received so far?
A dog. I told you.
Oh, right. It's my turn. Okay. Mine is we went on a family trip to Cancun.
Wow.
That was very nice. I when I went there, like I was like, okay, this is where I'm gonna spend my honeymoon. Like I'm gonna go on my honeymoon in Cancun because it was so nice.
Really?
It
How
was-
old were you?
That was like 2 years ago.
2 years ago. That wasn't that.
Yeah.
that-
And then another thing was when I was like 10, I got this like really good mountain bike. So that was very special.
Do you still have it?
I don't anymore. I threw it away because it's too small for me now.
Latest Bratz doll. Oh, do you know what a Bratz doll is?
What is
It's like
that?
a Barbie doll, but it used to be really famous when I was young. I think we're in the same age.
What? I don't.
It's like it's the name of the doll. It's like a Bratz doll. Like you put like shoes in and you can
Bratz.
Bratz doll. You know
yeah.
the big headed dolls. Yeah.
The
Oh,
ugly.
Bratz.
They're the ugly Barbies, right? More uglier version, more kitty version of Barbie.
What do you mean kitty?
I mean,
version?
Barbie is like a very, like extreme. I guess I don't know.
Okay, but Bratz, thank you for thank you for mentioning me about Bratz. I think yeah.
Okay.
Don't pretend you don't know.
What?
Bratz doll.
I know Bratz dolls. I know Bratz dolls.
Bratz bar. They were so pretty. Like I used to braid like the Bratz doll's hair. Yeah, and and if I like unbraided the hair would be like all fuzzed up, so I couldn't do it anymore. So like then I had to cut down the hair. Like no, you guys don't experience it. And then you wash the hair as Barbie doll. No,
See,
no,
like-
you didn't do that. No.
I think this is the first time on our channel somebody has ever talked about fucking like dolls and braiding their hair. We needed the feminine touch in our channel. Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay.
So thank you for the feminine influence.
Bratz were the.
Okay, everybody's
no-
like, I love Bratz. Okay.
Oh yeah, Bratz, of course.
Okay.
And like, I don't know, like I really have a lot of special moments when I was in Canada, Toronto, like those people in Toronto. I really had the good memory, like it was my first time to make a gingerbread man, and at school.
Okay, go.
What's going on with Christmas stories? Like, but please comment as well. Like,
Yeah.
like at school, like, you know, like milk cartons, and like you would eat the milk, you would drink the milk, and then on top of the milk cartons, you would make like a sugar pasting, like ice pasting, and that would be the glue, and you would put the glue on top of the milk carton, and then you would put like cookies, and it would be like a cookie house. It was like a gingerbread house. Oh, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So cool. We should make one. Yeah, we should make one.
You know.
Are you gonna go to the States, huh?
I know, but like, one of my New Year's resolutions is
It's
to,
not to play with me.
no. Oh, that as well. Never to hang out unless it's business.
Unless Super Chat is related.
Unless there's a.
I hope you guys know about
One of
this.
my New Year's resolutions is getting a new hobby.
So
And
sad.
one of my options that I'm thinking about is baking.
Baking, like Korean baking or like Western baking? baking,
baking
cookies and
like,
bread.
And cakes and
Are you gonna make me cookies?
Yeah, I'll share if I bake.
Ooh.
I don't know if I'll do that or cooking or I'm thinking about a lot of I'm putting a lot of options out there, but I just want something new, like something that I've never tried before for next year. But anyway, yeah.
It's coming up. You should. Oh, 재밌겠다. It sounds fun. I really seriously want to make that
gingerbread house.
Gingerbread house. I think that's what you call it. I'm not really
it
sure.
is gingerbread house. Yeah.
And like you will put the jellies and
yeah. I used to do that as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Where are you?
I mean, like, it's not like, oh shit, I want to make a gingerbread house. It's like,
No.
you don't even eat that shit afterwards.
Why? You would go to your house and you would eat it.
Like, it's all like fucking hard and like.
But that's the point of the ginger. It's the point to eat the.
Everybody's like fucking touched the house like by that point, and you don't want to like get that shit into your mouth. Maybe I'm just like too real here. I don't want to eat a gingerbread house. I mean, like, it's good to look at and it's fun to make, but it's like.
But as a kid, like I ate that whole thing. Like I would go for the door and I would go for the chimney.
Okay. One. Speaking of chimneys.
Santa?
Yes, Santa. Okay. So.
Awesome segue there.
When did you stop believing in Santa?
Definitely when I was like 8 or 9.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
at a very early age. I saw my dad.
You were woke. You're woke.
But still, like, I kind of, even though I knew the fact that my dad was giving my presents, I kind of wanted to deny the fact, if you know what. If you know,
yeah,
like,
I get it.
I know it. I know about it,
but
like,
there better be Santa. Like, don't fucking ruin Christmas,
yeah,
man.
don't. I'm such like a Christmas believer, so I was like, I'm not gonna believe. I'm gonna deny the fact here. I'm not gonna see what happened right there.
For me, I was very naive. I think until like 5th grade or 6th grade, actually. 6th grade, that's very late. I still believed in Santa.
Yeah.
And you know how I found out?
How?
I was like,
this is always interesting to see how like people found out about Santa.
Like, it was in the early days of the internet, right? And there were a lot of fun pages. There's this like page. I'm sure like there's some pages like this right now, but back then there was this page that I visited, and it's called like the Santa Tracker or whatever, and it's basically tracking the location of Santa. I mean, obviously it's fake, but
that's so cute.
But
it's like a made-up page.
As a kid, I was like,
that's
oh
so
fuck
cool.
shit, Santa's gonna come to my house, and like,
I better sleep.
yeah, better fucking sleep. And I was like, on Christmas Day, I was like, waking up like at like 1 a.m. Going downstairs
to check if
the computer was downstairs, so I was like in the so in the living room. So I was like, oh fuck, Santa's gonna come. So I went back upstairs and pretended to sleep, and then like I heard like some like my window like from the wind it was rattling, and I was like, oh shit, did Santa just land on my fucking roof? And I was like, okay, I'm gonna sleep. And I checked 30 minutes later, no fucking presents. So I was like, I went onto the internet and started checking Santa's location again. And he fucking passed my house. So I was like, okay, what? This has to be, like, there has to be something wrong. I wrote like a fucking letter to Santa. It was on the Christmas tree.
Oh, you're so sweet.
So I started Googling shit. And I probably shouldn't have. I was like, is Santa real? Why is Santa not coming? Is Santa real? And I searched that up and I was like, holy shit. Santa's not real? I was like really into that. Like I believed in tooth fairies.
Of course, tooth fairies.
I believed in Santa. So I was really into that shit. Aww. So it was a really shocking and like just shattering moment for me. And after that, I think my dad realized that I realized that he was Santa. So after that, like the president started getting shitty. It's like, fuck, you don't believe in fucking Santa anyway, so like, why do I even fucking try, So he's like, gave me fucking books. I was like, oh, fuck, okay, whatever, man. Like, seriously, books?
So this is what happened.
So that kind of ruined Christmas for me. Like,
that's such a cute story. You're really high tech at that age, like Googling up Santa and where he was. That's whoa.
And like the funny thing is like, you know, Santas traditionally they come through chimneys, right?
But we don't have
Korean
we don't have
houses don't have fucking chimneys. So I believe that they would come through the window.
Yeah. Or how would you explain it?
Yeah, there's no explanation, but
so Korean kids had much more imagination to imagine how the Santa would come.
The route of entry is very different
Very different.
For Korean kids. So, man, Santa. I mean, like, how old were you guys when you? See, I'm communicating.
Ooh.
How old were you guys when you stopped believing Santa?
That's so cool. I would love to hear. So funny. Nice. They're not chatting for some reason.
9 years, 7,
7,
12, 11,
sixth grade.
4. 4? What the hell?
4?
Your parents just like ruined Christmas for you? Like you're like, fuck
4?
no, kid. No, it's me.
Never.
Santa's not real.
From the beginning.
Yeah,
from the beginning.
Just.
I never believed in Santa. Brittany.
Really?
Brittany. I'm just kidding.
Really?
My dad never let me believe it.
When I was 20 years old?
No way. You're just messing with us.
Do you live in Hogwarts or something? Like fucking believe in magic? Like
Isn't magic real?
I mean like if you're 20, you would kind of think like, okay, Santa going around the world, you know, giving presents to like 1 billion kids is probably like, you know, physically kind of impossible.
Love from Australia. Me too. I don't believe in Santa.
Okay. So I think we have to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Because like we're running out of time here.
Okay.
But anyways, Santa's not real, kids, if you haven't realized. But you know what? Just pretend to believe.
Wink. Santa's real. Santa's gonna come.
Because the moment I realized Santa was not real,
Christmas doesn't make it. Yeah.
Didn't feel the same. Like I'm not kidding you. Like Christmas never felt the same. After that moment, I felt
very, very.
Christmas was a very magical time for me. After that, it was just like, you know, it's just another event.
Oh my God, my life is a lie. So let's make sure that Hogwarts is real and Santa is real. So let's not confuse any people.
Okay. Hogwarts is real. Santa is real.
It's real. Magic is real. We're gonna all believe and go for this.
Okay.
All right. Narnia is real as well. We're gonna go to the closet tonight.
Have an adventure.
And we're gonna meet at
Talk
Narnia.
to a fucking lion or something. Whatever.
Okay.
So we're gonna wrap it up.
Okay.
What did you think about the show, Jenny? Did you have fun?
Yeah, I had fun. Like, yeah.
It's fun. I don't have lots of friends, so.
What?
I don't have lots of friends, so that's why I talk so much like on these live shows, because like I have to do all the talking. Like I have to fit it in. I mean, I'm not gonna talk for a while now.
Well, we're curious about how you guys felt about this show, me and Danny. And
please leave that in the comments.
Yeah,
please leave that in the comments so that we can see it afterwards.
And the title for this name, we we only have like Danny and Jenny lame show.
Danny and Jenny show. I mean, that's as uncreative as one can get. Yes.
As a YouTuber could get. But I believe that you have a lot of awesome fans here to make you some. So maybe like you guys can, if somebody comments it and like if other person likes that comment, it goes on the top, right? So I guess we can see what kind of comments would go to the top.
So guys, in the comments, please write, give us some feedback so that like, this is a pilot episode, so we don't know if we'll be continuing this at all, or if we'll do this like bi-weekly or monthly or whatever. So just give us some feedback on like what parts you liked about the show, what parts you didn't, so that we can adjust it and make it better. And also suggest us a better name for the show. And yeah, thank you for joining us. Merry Christmas.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
I really liked this kind of like Christmas talk, like casual, like
yeah, it's very casual.
Like news topic, I like that too, but I like this more. Christmas!
Because it's your idea?
No, it's Christmas. Because it's Christmas.
Okay. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart.
Last finale.
The very next day, I gave it away. You threw it away.
You gave it away this year.
Yeah, na 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 so special. Ooh, ooh.
This is what you guys signed up for. This is what internet is.
So, guys, Merry Christmas,
Merry
Happy
Christmas.
New Year,
Happy New
and
Year.
bye, bye.
Bye, thank you. I was Jenny. Please send me photos of your
Where-
Christmas tree.
Okay.
Jenny the Live Instagram.